Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Elixir stage here live at Tomorrowland. You already noticed, but I just want to take this moment for you to tune into the fact that you are on the illustrious grounds of Tomorrowland. Yes, indeed. We are here to talk about tomorrow. It's already in the name, but I want to state that exactly again clearly because we're here to talk about tomorrow and how a better tomorrow could look like. My name is Magali Minet. I'm your host for the entire day, and it's going to be an amazing day. I'm a storyteller and an MC by heart, but an engineer by training, and I love complexity. I love complex stories, I love complex challenges, and I love to translate them into stories. And that's exactly what I'm going to promise you for the entire day. So actually, you want to be at this stage. But that's entirely up to your choice. The Elixir stage is all about impact entrepreneurship, which means that we are going to look into how business is not only gaining profit, but also making a real change for a better tomorrow. We're not talking empty buzzwords today. We're really going to dig into clear and real cases and see how they already today are making a difference. You know my name already, but I have no clue as to who is in front of me. So I have a few questions for you. No worries, it's no difficult questions. But if the question is applicable to you, I would like you to shout me. Super simple. Like for instance, who came by public transport today? Me, yeah. You can shout, that's allowed here. So let's try that again. Who came by public transport today? All right, good. Who is here? Who is excited to be here today? All right, yes. Who is here because on the program and the lineup, you saw one speaker that you thought of, oh my God, yes, I need to see that one. Okay. Who is here because he, she, they have to be here? Aha, yes, lovely. Well, on the count of 3, I would like to hear you all shout your names. And I would like to do you to do that with the energy that you show up here today. Either you're super happy to be here or you're less happy or whatever. You show up here today, you shout your name on the count of 3 with that emotion. 1, 2, 3. All right, love it. Okay, good. Well, time for our first lineup program item here, and that is the Startups of Tomorrow, brought to you by KBC, started at KBC. Think sustainability and innovation, and that brought to you in a live pitching competition. Love it. We have 17 bold ventures for you who are going to pitch their ideas, and that number is no coincidence. That 17 refers to the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, and each and every one of these ventures is tackling one of those 17 goals. There is one thing for you to do, and that is to prepare to be blown away how their entrepreneurship yields a better and a fairer world. It is Started X who will be presenting the candidates, so please give them a warm welcome.
All right, welcome. And thank you, Magali, because that makes my job way more easier. The energy is already here now in the crowd. Introduction was already a little bit made, but still, let me welcome you here as well on the holy grounds for a very important and 3rd edition of the Startups of Tomorrow on this amazing Elixir stage. For those who will be on stage, there will be amazing pictures following up probably that you can share and like and do whatever. So really, really nice to be here. I'm your host Inge. I'm a lead business coach at Started at KBC. And we are Belgians. Started X, Started Accelerate is Belgium's largest startups accelerator in Belgium. Did I mention that already? The largest one. And I started at KBC at 2021, so it's about 4 years. But before I started, and maybe some of you, I know that there are a few mentors here in the crowd that have been mentoring our startups already for a long time. So you might remember it maybe that we organized some demo days. What did we do at that moment? We put a spotlight not on us as an accelerator, but on our startups. And that's exactly what we're going to do here as well, in a different modus, different location. Can't be better, I think. What are we going to do? We're going to put here, we started this together with the Love Tomorrow team, and we created the Startups of Tomorrow to put the startups in the spotlight who are changing tomorrow for the better. In total, there are 17 SDGs, 17 Sustainable Development Goals determined by the United Nations. So today, makes sense, we're going to put 17 startups here on stage. They will be pitching. I heard Magali saying that there are some complex things to tell you, but they are all really trained and they're doing a great job in making the complexity translated to something very understandable for everybody and get you triggered to talk to them afterwards, because they will be here the whole day as well. So please grab them, get triggered and talk to them. We're going to start by SDG 1 and you can fill it in. We will go to SDG 17. They will come 3 by 3, something like that on the stage. Now, if there's a startup that you think that's mind-blowing, there will be all mind-blowing. But if there would be one that you think that I really need to talk to them, grab the face, write down the note on your cell phone, and then you drop it away your cell phone because you need to be concentrated on them pitching again. And give them, of course, all a round of applause. Because as you can imagine, we are here on the stage, you are sitting here, but there are people walking around. So it's kind of, yeah, we know that it's putting yourself really here in a big world on the holy grounds, but you feel a little bit small maybe. So I would suggest keep that energy high, give your massive support to all our startups that will be pitching here. And I would like to welcome, checking if they are ready for you. First on stage, Grégoire from Agios, SDG 1, Poverty. Cedric from WISE, SDG 2, Sustainable Agriculture. And Scott from Inetify, SDG 3, Health and Wellbeing. Welcome on stage. Okay, we explained the drill. So if you're ready, I will start at 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, I'm Greg. I'm a material science engineer, and my last work experience was at Umico, where I was in the recycling part. So, I don't know if you've ever had that feeling, but me, every time I've been traveling in emerging countries, seeing all this garbage touched me very deep in the heart. And this is a huge problem, because did you know that trash is not collected for more than 1/3 of the world population? And if we don't do anything, plastic waste will weigh more than fish in the oceans by 2050. But I have good news. Trash has a value, because if you sort it correctly, you can sell it as a commodity to a recycler. On the other hand, most of the people living in these areas with a lot of garbage are poor. And they would be happy to see value in the trash if they put it in the right place. So I was like, okay, let's find a solution that can combine all of it. And that's why I'm developing these smart containers for each type of waste. And the people get rewarded if they insert the waste in the right container. So OGEAS creates income opportunities from waste and can reduce poverty in underserved areas all around the world. For your information, there are AI cameras to check the waste that has been inserted, and solar panels integrated on the top, so the smart containers are energy independent and they can be implemented anywhere it's needed. Let's now compare OGS with the classical system as we have in Belgium, with the trucks, the garbage collectors, and these large and cutting-edge facilities to sort the waste. But this system is very costly. OGS, on the other hand, is much cheaper. It can be profitable, it's adapted to emerging countries, it's easily scalable, and it engages local communities. So if you have a strong network that can help us in our development or in our deployment in emerging countries, or if you're looking for solutions to reach your ESG targets, please reach out to me, scan this QR code, and I will be very happy to connect. Thank you.
There you go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning. My name is Cedric van der Kruijsen, and together with Laure Kraaien, I'm the co-founder of the agritech startup WISE. My background, I'm a bioengineer who has 6 years of experience in the industrial biotech sector. Now, I'm quite sure that some of you have ever seen or read newspaper articles about this, the romantic side of flickering candles in vineyards and fruit orchards. However, the reality is much less romantic, as farmers are doing their best efforts trying to protect their young vine shoots and fruit blossoms against spring frost. Frost damage, spring frost. It's a sort of Damocles, as some farmers call it. In the case of apples, for example, those blossoms that do survive a frost event usually yield small, malformed or scarred apples, which are totally worthless. But then, hold on a minute, aren't we usually talking about global warming? Isn't this frost problem then just gonna solve itself? Well, the opposite is true, because weather events have become increasingly less predictable, bringing warmer days earlier in spring and then still some short cold snaps later on, damaging the crops. So that's why today farmers are really distressed, because this has become an increasingly common phenomenon both in Europe as well as in North America. They may defend themselves by putting fire pots, combustion machines, sprinkler installations or windmills, but all are too costly, really cumbersome to install, may only be applicable in some types of frost weather, and are environmentally harmful in some cases. So that's why, for example, these fire pots are the most damaging. Why? Because farmers have to be up all night installing the pots amidst the fumes. One farmer even told us during our market study that you would be better off smoking your entire life. So generally, they are distressed and they are looking for a more convenient and effective solution. So that's why we are developing a sprayable anti-frost biostimulant, which can be applied on the days preceding the night frost using the farmer's own equipment. No more night work needed. And what's even better, the product is fully biodegradable and is of biological origin. So last year we've done a proof of concept successfully, where we subjected some apple trees to a spring frost event. The flowers that were not treated turned brown because they got damaged, whereas those that were treated remain intact. So if you would apply this product on 15% of the frost-sensitive fruit area in the European Union, you would be able to yearly save up to 1 million tons of fruit, lots of water and CO2, as well as giving farmers less stress and better sleep at night. So at this point, WISE is in the pre-seed phase. We're looking for agri-tech advisors as well as business angel type investors, because we're raising another 300,000 euros. If you know wine growers or fruit cultivators or anyone else that's maybe relevant or known in our sector, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Good morning, my name's Scott Russell. I'm the founder of Enatify. For the first 15 years of my career, I was dedicated to driving digital innovation for federal governments, global media and retail. Now, today, our focus is on bringing this innovation to healthcare, to help support reducing the administration burden that is critically taking away nurses and frontline work from looking after the most important part, patient care. So the first problem we want to tackle is the daily administration burden of replacing nurses. In any hospital, up to 100 nurses will call in sick every single day. Now, with today's regulatory complexity and the shortage of nurses, this means that up to 50% of total management time is buried in paperwork and administration burden, taking away the ability to drive critical clinical leadership and ultimately support better patient care. So, the solution, Enatify, focuses on optimizing the end-to-end process and unlocking new insights into how to drive sustainable replacements. How do we do it? We take an online process and we digitize it. As we do that, it allows us to then replace a lot of the administration tasks with automation. Through that process, we can then also unlock real-time recommendations into the most sustainable staff replacement capabilities, allowing management to make fast, sustainable decisions and get back on the floor and support their teams. Now, we're over 12,000 hours of research and development into this. We're very proud to have partnered with Clinic d'Europe, one of the leading hospitals in Brussels, and we're incredibly proud of the support that we've been receiving along this journey. Started at KBC, for example, which is the reason we're on the stage today. So thank you. Now, we are a startup and we need a lot of help. The call out for today is anyone in the crowd who can help us connect with the right people. We are looking to raise $1.5 million so that we can safely onboard more hospitals and start to scale the impact. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the pictures.
All right, great job, gentlemen, on this point. While the others get ready, did you notice every single one of them does a call to action at the end? So remember, I already heard call to action for looking for advisors, looking for money. Every startup is looking for money. So if you have a big bag somewhere, then there's lots of people very interested in you. Looking for advisors, money, extra clients, extra network. So keep that in mind. And listen to the call to action definitely as well to the end and how you can mean something and bring value to these startups. All right, I see that the next ones are ready to go. Still fully energized? Ah, okay, thank you. Then let's welcome on stage Evelyn from Change Gamer, linked to SDG for Quality Education, Anne from Yuma Health, linked to SDG 5 Gender Equality, and Fritz from Next SDS, SDG 6 Clean Water. Welcome. Okay, some power on the stage. So I would say enjoy your moment. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Inge. Hello, everybody. My name is Evelien. And first of all, I am just really grateful to be here on this stage today. I'd love to tell you a bit more about the project that I'm doing. So in my former life, I used to be a sustainability advisor to large companies. Today, I help them find their next step for sustainability themselves. How do we do that? Well, of course, we built a platform. But it goes in 2 steps. Step number 1 is an ESG audit with the company. And I really promise you that it's not as boring as that sounds. And that's because we use gamification. We use gamification to engage with everybody in the company, all the people who work there. They share their knowledge, their ideas, their awareness about sustainability. And all this data comes together in the audit. Step 2 is then that we use the audit as a base for monthly digital challenges. These also create a lot of awareness. They fill in the knowledge gaps. And ultimately, they also communicate to your employees that you care about sustainability, that you have values and not just numbers and profits that you care about. So in other words, that it shows that you're a company where people really want to work at. Now, besides the gamification, the good thing is that it also takes 5 minutes per day for 5 days. So even the busiest companies can take part. Such as, for example, one of our first clients, who was one of the big 4 consulting firms. Right now, our startup has just secured a €50,000 grant, and we also finished our pilot phase, and we're now onboarding the first paying clients. So right now is the moment where we're looking for a few more companies to take part in this experience. So I'm looking at everyone here in the audience. If you know anybody there at a company that wants to show what kind of values they have, that wants to show to the market, to the world, to their employees, that they care about what's happening out there, then I would love to get an introduction. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes.
Hello, good morning, Love Tomorrow people. I'm Anne, I'm the co-founder of Yuma. I've worked for years in health innovation, and yet it took me my own journey through perimenopause to truly realize how misunderstood and unsupported women still are at this stage, both medically and socially. Today, 1.2 billion women navigate perimenopause or menopause, and 70% of them experiences moderate to severe symptoms. Yet, they still face this transition with too little information, too few options, and almost no real support. The impact is massive. Over 90% of women say they never got any education about menopause, and nearly half of them never speaks to a care provider about their symptoms. The result? Misdiagnosis, productivity loss, as well as pressure on families and health systems. Globally, menopause-related productivity loss is estimated over $150 billion a year. Yuma exists to change that. We're building an AI-driven one-stop shop in menopause, a place where we offer medically validated information, expert-led consultations, as well as products, all in one seamless experience. And the first part of our platform is live and revenue and gains revenue. Women pay per consultation, and the most significant thing is that 60% of the women immediately commits to a 3 or 6 months care track. That's a strong signal that women are actively seeking ongoing and personalized information. Since our launch only 8 months ago, we've delivered over 1,100 consultations, built a strong growing community in Belgium and the Netherlands, and have gained the trust of both care providers and women. We are live, we're growing fast, and we're preparing to expand across Europe. We're currently fundraising, and we have already secured an important part of the capital, thanks to the support of IMEC iStart and KBC Started. And we're now looking for a final 150,000 euro to fuel our next phase. We're closing the gap in women's health and are looking for the right partners to help us accelerate. If that speaks to you, let's connect.
Fritz, welcome. Enjoy. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Fritz. I'm an AI engineer with a background in regulatory compliance. And I'm one of the co-founders of Next SDS. We help companies to create better and safer decisions working with hazardous chemicals. Chemicals like PFAS, cleaning products, oils, solvents, glues, and many more chemicals we use in our day-to-day lives. Many companies don't realize the extent of their legal and safety responsibilities regarding chemical use. Whether you're a school, a hospital, or a construction site, if you use chemicals, you must manage risk. Use proper disposal and storage. And on top of that, you need to have a ton of regulations locally, federally, for environmental and workplace safety. So that's where Next SDS comes in. We offer a full insight in the use of your chemicals across the whole locations of your companies. We centralize their data and we reduce the manual work and finally improve the workplace safety. We work for clients like UZ Gent, Gedimat, and Go Schools, and we reduce their manual work. So in a time where awareness and regulations are tightening and awareness is growing, especially for substances like PFAS, we believe chemical management isn't just a compliance issue. It's a business priority. So in a time where we reduce risk, we look at companies and we actively reduce and actively reduce the risk. So we support our goal for clean water and sanitation, reducing the chemicals. And we are looking for forward-thinking companies that want to create a healthier and safer workplace. So if you are a company working in production, manufacturing, or other organizations that uses chemicals, we would love to talk. Thank you, and thank you, KBC.
All right. I have to say that when you hear them pitching, it always strikes me that I think that everybody who is here on the field right now is working for something, for a company, for hopefully something they believe in as well. But all these people here on stage, they're working, they're thriving because they're passionate about what they're doing, because they want to bring innovation, they want to make something better for the world, and they do it with all their hearts. So I must say that every time it strikes me, I hope it strikes you again, and it triggers you again to get connected to them even more afterwards. All right, 3 next startups from our Started at KBC community. Ready to go? Yes, I see them already. Excited to go. So I would welcome on stage Joran and Christon van Valtelli, SDG 7 Clean and Affordable Energy. Tara from Oyamoto, SDG 8 Decent Work and Economic Growth. Mark Antram from Coliseum, SDG 9 Industry and Innovation. Welcome them on stage. Okay, Joran and Christophe, you will do a joint pitch.
Yes.
Nice. So double energy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, my name is Joran. I'm here together with my co-founder Christophe. We both have a background in the energy sector, and we founded Voltelli to solve a very specific challenge. The energy transition is happening at full speed, which is great. But the higher share of solar and wind energy also causes a lot of price volatility on the energy markets. The big industries are already taking advantage of this, and they steer their electricity consumption to the best moments on all these energy markets. But unfortunately, the available solutions cannot be simply replicated for all companies, because many of them don't have an energy expert with the right energy knowledge and time to manage all that. As a result, there are still thousands of companies in Belgium alone who could use electricity in a more flexible way, but are not doing it at the moment. That's why, with Voltelli, we want to empower all companies to use energy flexibility they actually already have at this very moment. Our platform, on the one side, steers their electricity consumption to the right moments on the energy markets, and on the other side, uses their energy flexibility to help stabilize the grid and get a fee for it. You can actually see it as the digital version of an energy expert. It works fully automated, so our clients can focus on their core business and just let our platform do the work in the background. We also, one of our unique selling points is also that we set up strong partnerships with the installers of our clients' big consumption units, such as industrial cooling. It makes our solution much more reliable, and it also significantly speeds up the integration with our platform.
And within 5 years from now, Belgium aims to source 50% of its electricity mix from wind and solar energy, so indicating the strong need for, grid balancing services. And instead of acquiring expensive batteries, we believe that with the right tools and support, all companies can benefit from this transition in a sustainable and profitable way. So we are there to be the Airbnb for all energy-intensive companies. We're in different industries doing different things, but we do rely on the same principle, which is using existing capacity without additional investments. And today, we steer the electricity consumption of an industrial cooling installation of a well-known Belgian food wholesale company for bakeries. And it means that we increase and reduce consumption at the right moments of the day, fully automated through our platform. And this is how we help them to reduce costs up to 10%, while also reducing their carbon footprint. So, should you think of any companies within the food industry that we can help with their energy flexibility challenges, please, let's talk, let's connect. Thank you.
All right, Tara, are you ready to rumble? Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, my name is Tara Reed and I'm the founder of Oyamoto. I have international experience working in daycares facilities around the world. I worked in Norway, Belgium, South Africa, and I've analyzed many other pedagogical methodologies that we can learn from. I use this experience to create the very best solution for working parents in Belgium. I help companies to retain their talent and create more diversity by supporting them at the time of their employees' life that is the most impactful on their careers. And that is when they become parents. Because when working parents have children between the ages of 0 and 3, that is the most impactful period of their lives on their careers. It's the time where parents start working less or just step away from the work field entirely, especially females. It's also the period or time frame where burnout rates are the highest. Today, 65% of Belgian companies are struggling to find and retain talent. And this is a very costly process. On top of that, burnout rates just keep rising at an average cost of 70,000 euros per case. And 1 out of 3 parents is not able to find a daycare for their child. Oyamoto brings childcare to the workplace, offering flexible hours and proximity, so that working parents don't have to compromise on parenting and still fully go for their career. Just think about a quick bedtime story while you take a break, or no stress to drop your child off at daycare, or just extended breastfeeding periods. Because we can't deny it. Not investing in your employees during this phase of their lives always has an impact on their mental health, on their work, on your company, and on our society. Oyamoto is ready to launch a pilot project and looking for a forward-thinking company who really wants to take the step towards more care for their employees. So if you are the company, or if you know a company I definitely should talk to, then please reach out, come and find me, or send me a message on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.
All right, Marc-Antoine. Coliseum.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marc-Antoine, co-founder of Coliseum. I'm a civil engineer, and I have been working for the last 15 years in the construction sector. Do you know that in the construction sector, that about 50% of the extracted materials on Earth are going into the construction sector? And that at the same time, about 33% of the waste generated worldwide is coming from, guess what? The construction sector. So we like to say at Coliseum, it sounds a bit like we are digging a hole on one side of our planet and filling it up with waste on the other side. We believe the sector can do better. We believe in more circularity. We believe in a circular solution, connecting the offer, materials coming from the construction on the sites, and the demand, professional builders willing to build more sustainably. That's basically why we founded Coliseum beginning of 2023, together with Bart, who is also here, with the vision to, at the same time, reduce waste on our construction site and at the same time reduce the extraction of resource to produce new materials. So what do? We are a provider of circular construction materials, being reused materials, and being also materials issued from overstock. And we propose those materials for sale to our customer. To do so, we have developed a digital catalog, gathering large quantities of those materials on various multiple sources. That allows us to propose large quantities to professional contractors, which is important for them, to have very competitive price compared to new materials, and to have a significant CO2 reduction compared to new materials. Where are we today? We have worked on more than 100 projects on the Belgian market with major players like FH, like CFE Group, like Democo, like Louis de Waal. We are looking forward to grow and continue growing, scale this solution up, and make the use of circular construction materials really the norm in the sector. Therefore, we need you if you are a project owner, if you are an architect, if you are an engineering consultant, if you are a contractor, or just someone interested in circular building, please come and connect. Thank you.
All right, great job. You can pass the mics to the next ones. Again, some clear call to actions that we've heard, and in the meantime, the next ones are preparing, but let me maybe do as well an add-on and an extra call to action, not for those who may be on stage, maybe it is, but not specifically, I know. But as a team of coaches, we are with about 12 coaches here, we coach about 160, 170 startups a year, and we counter a lot of teams who are still looking maybe for a new co-founder or for an extra team member. So let me use this moment as well to do a call to action to the crowd here. If you would be interested in this amazing environment of startups, of energy, of passion, then just reach out to the people here or to the team, because there might be lots of opportunities as well to grab. In the meantime, the next ones are ready. So let me give you your chance to take the stage and to get your moment de gloire. Matthias and Barbara from Aspilon, SDG 10, Reduce Inequality. Joris from Settle, SDG 11, Sustainable Cities. And Philip from Slimbox, SDG 12, Responsible Consumption. Welcome. All right, Team Aspilon, are you ready?
Yes.
Then I would say enjoy this moment. The stage is yours. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, people of tomorrow. My name is Matthias, and together with my co-founder Barbara, we founded Aspilon Cosmetics, a medical-grade cosmetics brand for people with skin differences. Why? Because I have one myself. I was born with a birthmark covering the right side of my face. Growing up for me was not easy. I've been bullied, stared at, and I had to answer the same questions over and over again. Oh my God, what happened with your face? I was judged way before people got to know the real me. At the age of 13 years old, I discovered makeup. It gave me back some confidence. People saw me for Matthias and not for the kid with a birthmark. But there was a problem. Those products were not made for people like me. They were too thick, hard to apply, and were not beneficial for my skin, especially after more than 15 laser treatments when I was a child. So I thought to myself, if the right products do not exist, we will create them ourselves. I am my own customer. I know what works, I know what doesn't work, and I know what people like me really want.
I'm Barbara Geuses. I'm a bioengineer. I have a PhD in dermatology, and I have been making and developing skincare products for years. Together with Matthias, we are a perfect team because of his personal experience and my scientific expertise. Aspilon is built on 3 pillars. It's smart coverage that is easy to use. It's skin-loving formulas that are scientifically backed. And we also have a very strong community because it's not just about covering, it's a choice. In this community, we involved when we gave them our first prototypes, our first samples, and the results were amazing. The people felt confident, they felt empowered, they felt seen. And now we want to clinically validate these formulas by engaging collaborations with hospitals, with doctors, clinics in general. And here we want to look for partnerships, for investors who really believe in this inclusive innovation, for experts that know the field and want to challenge the status quo, but also connectors who really want to help us grow our mission.
Aspilon is the brand I wished for when I was 13 years old. But coverage should never be about hiding who you are. It's about a choice. We give people the choice to feel like their own and stand out on their own. You can scan this QR code to go to our website and be part of our family and get notified when we fully launch. You can also scan the back of our t-shirts when we are walking on site. See you soon.
All right. Joris, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All
Thank
right.
you.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning. My name is Joris van Edervelde, and I'm the Chief of Sales at Settle. I have spent more than 20 years helping banks in their digital journeys to become more digital and to become future-proof. Now, at Settle today, that's what we are doing. We are helping banks and real estate professionals playing a key role in creating a new sustainable world. Look, here's the challenge. When people buy a home, they often don't have an idea on how much it costs to renovate, how they can improve their energy score, or even if they have help from the government to do the renovations. Well, at Settle, we show that. Because even banks and real estate professionals don't have a clear view on how to do it. And that's the reason we created and we built Settle. Settle is a smart digital tool, some kind of an AI co-pilot if you want, that shows you in a clear view on what the home renovation costs are. We show you what to do, how to do it, how much it will cost, how it will improve your EPC levels, and what type of subsidies are available for your specific case. And that's where the complete impact is. Today, we are already embedded in the digital ecosystems of KBC, BNP Paribas, Crelam, and De Wale. With Settle, they have already calculated for more than 2 billion euros worth of renovation. So that is a huge number. With Settle, banks can offer on a very easily basis green loans, green mortgages, and so they are in line with their ESG guidelines and also with the European renovation goals. The real estate professionals, they have a new way of showing a home to the prospects, bringing renovation plans, cost estimates, and energy upgrades with them. But Settle is more than just a tool. We are helping banks to move away from being the sole provider of the money to become a partner in energy transition. And that's very important in this type of living. For the moment, we are looking for partners, and I'm going back on that one because Settle is a really Belgian company with one single mission on the market: making sustainable renovation simple and transparent. You know, I have to go forward with transparent, of course. So that's the reason we are working and we are looking for partners. If you are a bank, a real estate agent, or just an investor, or somebody who wants to make a real impact on creating a sustainable world for us and for our children, come and talk to us and let's drive the innovation movement forward in Europe. Thank you.
All right, Philip, this is your moment. Enjoy.
All right, good morning. My name is Philip Roze. I am the CEO and founder of Slimbox. And I would like to thank you for your time here this morning. I would also like to take you on a little journey, one you all know. You click, you buy, and the next day that new book, pair of shoes, or great gadget just arrives at your doorstep. It's fast, it's frictionless, and it's convenient. All we can say is that online shopping really has revolutionized the way that we consume, and it's clearly here to stay. Now, of course, that comes with a catch. The packaging that goes around your goods has a much larger impact than you can actually imagine. For instance, what you all know are these oversized boxes with small items in it. Everybody knows them. Or these plastic filler materials that you put in boxes that actually serve little purpose. And what happens with all the goods that you're shipping back because you don't like them? Well, I have to break it to you, but actually they often turn up in the trash. Not because the product is faulty, but simply because the seller doesn't have the original box anymore. So just think about all the waste that you create, the lost materials, the CO2 emissions, the lost revenue. But who's to blame? A seller cannot keep tens of thousands of different types of boxes right in their warehouse. It's simply impossible. And of course, surprise, surprise, that is exactly where we come in. With Slimbox, we created a sustainable solution that aligns perfectly with SDG 12, being responsible consumption and production. A slim box is...
At Slimbox, we make you pack and ship stress-free, damage-free, efficient, and low cost.
Yeah, sorry. A slim box is a... I'm gonna try and get the video back. There we go. A slim box is a machine that is a smart packaging machine that we place at your warehouse. You enter the dimensions of the products that you need, and it just immediately cuts the box. On the spot, no fillers, no waste. And of course, it only cuts whatever is necessary and nothing else. And definitely it can recreate those original boxes, meaning less thrown away products, more resale, and just for the seller alone, a 70% smaller carbon footprint. So let me ask you this. If packaging is the first thing your customer sees, shouldn't it be reflecting your values? Shouldn't your packaging be smart, sustainable, strategic? At Slimbox, we already work with 50 forward-thinking companies that see packaging not just as a cost, but as a real opportunity to create an impact. So if you are serious about SDG 12 and you need a hands-on practical solution that delivers results already today, not tomorrow, then let's talk and let's create a world where in the future
Wait. Yeah. No.
No. Yeah. Okay. The battery was dead. Sorry. And let's create a future where what we consume doesn't consume our planet. So if you want to contact me, please do so. Thank you very much.
And there you go. In the preps, we said if something goes wrong, we always fix it. We're flexible, and really great how you handle this one. Okay, the last ones are prepping now, and Lisbeth is coming up to give them a hand. As you may have noticed, they got a challenge to tell their story in 3 minutes. It's not always that easy to explain what you're doing when it's regarding innovation, when it's regarding something new. And about that, I just wanted to add something quickly because I hope you are learning a lot. Because we as a team of Started at KBC are spoiled every day, we say, because we not only can work every day with passionate people, as I mentioned already before, but we learn every day. And I hope that you have noticed already some new things, discovered some new things. And again, let me stress out, they will be here for the whole day. So if you're triggered to know more about it, there you go. All right, are we ready? Yes, you are all ready to take that stage. So I would say welcome on stage, Nela from Scenery, SDG 13, Climate Action and CO2 Reduction. Pedro from Bloom Biotech, SDG 14, Life in Water. And Vincent from Teria, SDG 15, Life on Land. Welcome on stage. Three, two, one, go.
I'm Nele from Scenery, and together with Johanna, we founded Scenery. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for being here and listening to me. Johanna has been active in the carbon space for over 4 years and has a financial background. She built a climate certification process herself and saw how slow and fragmented it all is. I'm a civil engineer in computer sciences, and I know with my IT background how a well-designed software can make things easier to understand and to act on. And that's exactly what we are doing with Scenery. We accelerate climate action to make the launch of carbon projects a lot easier and faster. Because the reality is, different ways to certify your project exist, but information is scattered, difficult, complex, hard to compare, and requires a lot of expertise. And as a result of that, even experienced sustainability consultants and experts get stuck in admin before ever knowing if their project is feasible and financially viable. That's why we created a solution, together with pioneering partners like Teria, Bamboo Logic, and United Experts Group. We could already speed up their climate action. From planting bamboo over managing forests sustainably to grabbing opportunities in the biogas projects. What used to take up 8 months can now be done in only a couple of days. Our first software product is live, and we already have first paying customers. We are currently focusing on forestry, and we show the best fit certification pathway together with examples from other projects and the next steps. In the upcoming months, we will work on more insights on climate impact, on certification costs, and on what could your project be worth in the carbon market. We will also expand project types to agriculture and bio-based materials. Today, we are looking for the right partners and customers, especially in forestry, agriculture, and bio-based materials. So, are you helping others with their climate projects? Are you developing them yourselves? Or are you just getting started and you don't know how to begin? Let's connect, because the urgency is real and so is the opportunity. Thank you.
All right, Pedro.
Hi, everyone.
You go. Enjoy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Pedro. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bloom Biotech. We're revolutionizing fashion. And how we're doing it? With microalgae textiles. So basically why we're doing this, everybody is aware that fashion is not just one of the most highest emitting CO2 industries in the world, with around 10% of the global CO2 emissions, but of course, especially being life in water, we also need to think about polyester being the most used material in the world, with around 500,000 tons of microplastics released into our water systems on a yearly basis. So we thought as a scientist, well, what can we do different, and why not use nature's most efficient and oldest organism, microalgae? So basically we developed a solution, a soon-to-be proprietary, very simple, 3-step process that can transform food-grade microalgae into a textile yarn such as this one. I will show you that after. So basically, the question is always, why microalgae? Well, we're working with a CO2-consuming organism, so our materials can actually be carbon negative, world's first, and more importantly, they have a natural production of biopolymers such as cellulose. And what's the main component of cotton? Cellulose. So that's why we made the connection to textile. But of course, step number 2 is extracting cellulose. So having something that is not just similar to cotton, but highest performing, such as your current cotton, polyester, you name it. But the biggest part of the innovation lies on a third and last step. How can we transform a food-grade powder into a textile, such as this one, but also leather-like material, such as this one? Whoopsie. Sorry, I don't have 3 hands, but basically, I would challenge you, I'm not that strong, but I cannot break this. This is the world's first, and you actually are the first one to see this, the world's first microalgae hybrid material that actually works. And not just about making yarns, but you can see here we have this leather-like material that is going to be game-changing for the industry. And how can we do it? Well, I already show you our technology, but more importantly, we are developing a product fully circular and recyclable. Therefore, it's not you don't have to bother, it's going to a landfill. No, it can be recyclable and fully closing the loop. As a similar material performance to polyester with only 20% microalgae biomass in it. And the most important thing is fine-tunable properties. So if you want a thicker yarn, you want a smaller yarn, you want more thick, more flexible, we can do it, and we can do it cheap. Because of course, the impact, nobody cares about impact, that's the reality. But we want to do something different. We want to provide an opportunity to brands, which can actually be affordable, but it can also be good for the environment. So today, we're targeting luxury fashion, and today they're targeting around 20 to 40 euros, you were talking about organic cotton. If they would blend it with microalgae, we'd only lower the cost, we will lower the CO2 emissions, and provide a sustainable offer for the world as well. And of course, this is the dream team who's making it. Francesca there in the crowd, Ron also somewhere here, my other co-founder, and we blend a mixture of fashion, experience with also with science. If you're an investor looking to get richer, a brand trying to add a new material, feel free to come reach me out and let's have a conversation. Thank you very much.
Great. Now, I know that what he showed is very small and it's difficult to look at all at the back at the end, but it's worthwhile looking at it because these are really, really unique pieces. So if you're intrigued by it, have a talk with Pedro. But now all the attention is for you, Vincent. So I would say enjoy. And here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you very much. So my name is Vincent. I'm the co-founder of Teria, and nature and technology have always been a passion of mine. But let's be honest, nature is seriously undervalued. And that is the hypothesis that we founded Teria on. We are on a mission to create a financial product backed by nature. We have acquired a 500-hectare forest in the north of Spain, and we want to grow our portfolio to 250,000 hectares by 2030. But there's a but. We need a lot of certified data in order to create a financial product backed by nature. And that verified data is needed to show each piece of nature that is behind that the land represents and the value it contains. And we need that data fast and at a low cost. So my colleague Fernando created an AI model in order to take that job. We have letters of intent signed by Vito. We have letters of intent signed by the government of Ethiopia, the government of Ghana, and several private projects all over Europe and Africa. We are also backed by, for technical support, by the NEAR protocol and by the Cello Foundation in order to build this digital infrastructure. He's hungry. We inspired ourselves on Web3 tactics and on blockchain technology in order to create the digital infrastructure that we need and to create a decentralized data collecting community in order to feed our AI agent and making it also super scalable. So we are looking for, we're launching a token later this year, and we're looking for investors that are native into crypto and want to invest in our project, or if somebody wants to collaborate and collect data for our AI model, feel free to scan the code and sign up, and so you can get whitelisted. I thank you.
All right. Okay, I hope that all your attention went to everything that they were saying. So you might have lost track a little bit of what number of SDG we are. So let me help you out on that one. We still have 2 to go. So lots of energy still calling for all your enthusiasm for our last 2 startups of the Started at KBC community. And they are almost ready to jump on stage. And definitely worthwhile to still having all your attention. So are we ready to rumble? Then I would like to welcome on stage Alessandro from Uto Technologies, SDG 16, Peace, Justice and Strong Institutions, Benjamin from Contracto, SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals. Welcome. Alessandro. I would say enjoy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Alessandro. I'm the co-founder of Uto Technologies. I live in Ghent, so I'm basically biking to everywhere. And like many other cyclists, I'm using the so-called bicycle streets, where you as a cyclist have the priority and cars supposedly can't overtake you. In reality, I got overtaken so much, and although it's illegal and comes with a €58 fine, there isn't any enforcement. I never saw the police check-in, I never saw the city check-in, and that stuck with me. And that's the main reason why we started with Uto Technologies. We developed an AI-driven solution that allows cities to detect automatically illegal overtaking of a cyclist in a bicycle street, just by using ordinary camera footage. We use already existing cameras, we use new fixed installations, and we use also temporary installations on solar or wind energy. And besides the enforcement, we also want to gain data for a city, so they can make smarter decisions in the design of their streets. So with the same camera footage, we can we can count and classify the road users, we measure vehicle speeds, and we give real-time insights in traffic pressure. We just had our first pilot successfully, and we saw that we really can improve the safety for cyclists. On the other hand, we also saw a huge reduction in cost and time for a city. And maybe the most critical point, the current way of manual detection could lead to a potential loss of 300 million euros each year in Flanders alone. This is a huge number, and I'm not here to talk about fines. That's not our goal. We want to create safety for cyclists. It's our mission to give cities the tools that they can protect the cyclists by just getting data and enforcement. Now we're looking to get some new partners, to get some new pilots, because we want to show, not tell. So if you work for a city, if you work in mobility, or if you know somebody that works in city or for mobility, please reach out to us. Let's have a chat. Thank you for listening, and let's make our streets safer.
All right, Benjamin, you had to wait for a long time before it was your moment to take the stage, but I would say it's definitely not last but least, so enjoy. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Benjamin, co-founder at Contracto. Before founding Contracto a bit more than a year ago, I was working for DEME. I was responsible for the construction of very big offshore infrastructure, like wind farms. And during those 10 years at DEME, two things really struck me. One was how much time we were spending going through tender documents, tender specifications, the so-called Lastenboeken, but also contracts. The other thing that really struck me even more is that despite all the time we were putting in there, reviewing all those documents, etc., we were still having quite some disagreements, things that were actually missed, that people didn't know they were responsible for, etc., mistakes that were in the contract. And that's actually what triggered the foundation of the creation of Contracto. Because what we truly believe in at Contracto is that better agreement will also lead to stronger and more sustainable partnerships. So how do we do that? In practice, we have developed an AI solution that does two things. One, we want to make sure that the people who use the contract, so not only the legal counsels, but also the persons, like the commercial teams making the offers, etc., everybody who is using the contract knows what they're signing up for. So we're actually doing custom analysis per organization where we will extract all the key obligation, key risks, information, etc. That's one. The other thing we do is actually we also identify all the unclarities, things that might be missing, things that are different between different contract annexes, etc. So where are we today? We've launched our product, we're backed by IMEC, and we're already testing the product with several customers at the moment. We still have a few slots left for pilot tests before the end of September. So if you relate to this, to complicated tender and contract reviews, or if you feel you could do better, have better contract with your partners, yeah, please reach out. I'm Benjamin, co-founder at Contracto. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for being here on stage. You made the count, eh? We were at 17, so this is kind of a wrap for our SDGs and for our pitches. Yeah, it's kind of a cliche, but it still works. Repetition works. So let me still stress out that all our startups that pitched here will stay here the whole day. So please reach out to them if you would like to talk further, if you would be interested in a collaboration, or if you would like to invest for sure, of course. If you would combine all our networks from all the people that are here, we could really unlock a lot of power and a lot of potential. So please do so. Last thing, maybe, if you would like to become part of our Started community, our team is here as well. So if you were looking into how can we maybe help you to help you in your startup journey or scale-up journey, or maybe how can we boost your innovation in your corporates, then please do a reach out. We made it very easy for you. Everybody of our team has a t-shirt, and we even have our name printed on it. So no excuses, no being shy. You just call our name, and we are there to talk to you and to guide you and maybe help you forward. So for those, maybe a last call, no, two, sorry. Remember that there is at the Freedom stage, we also have even some startups who are showcasing 4 of them. So really deep dive into it and discover it, because they are really showing what they are doing. And for those, I'm looking, one of the team members, Peter. Not seeing any raised hands, and I'm going to call for Lisbeth. Sorry, she's always my helping hand. Lisbeth, so for those who were invited for the Circle of Innovation from StartitX, please look at Lisbeth, who is here now in the front of the stage. Please follow her. You will know if you're invited, and then your next steps will be cleared out with Peter and Lisbeth. My name is Inge. I'm part of the Started at KBC team. Thank you so much for joining us here, for listening to our startups. It would be even better if you could help them forward. And I think that I can pass the message still for a few seconds to Megali. So thank you again and enjoy this fabulous day.